You are now watching the Lone Blown. Blown!
Yo, bonk. No, I'm just kidding. I've been watching too much TikTok, and those bonk memes are getting me. What's up, YouTube? You're back here on the Lone Blown channel. Before you look at this deck, make sure that you are screenshotting this right now. I know I watch PTCGO videos too. You want to make sure you screenshot this. I mean, there's also a copy of the list in the description if you want to copy and paste that like the filthy casual I know I am. This is Cinderace VMAX. Cinderace VMAX is a cool card, came out in Rebel Clash. It allows us to counter our opponent's attacks. So if this Pokemon was damaged by an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does that much more damage. We could heal our Pokemon with some cool cards such as Hyper Potion. I mean, it does come at the cost of discarding energies, but we can heal our Pokemon so that they can never knock us out. We continuously attack with counter, and if we need to, we can use Max Pyro Ball as well. It's a Welder-based engine, so we have Welder to attach extra fire energies. We can get our energies back, or even search our deck with Fiery Flint, with a consistent base of 2 Eldegoss to continuously use our supporters, 2 copies of the Dedenne-GX, and we have some copies of Jirachi as well. So I mean, we got a pretty well-balanced deck that hasn't really seen its time to shine, so let's see how it happens in a video hopping on next. And before you go on there, be sure to like this video, share this video with all the home slices, and subscribe to the channel to see exactly what's happened in the Lone Blown YouTube channel. All right, let's jump into that game. Okay, so we lost the flip. That's fine. We want to go second with this deck typically, since we are a Welder deck. And I mean, this is a start that's a gigantic yikes. It does happen though. I mean, give me an F in the chat, in the comments below for this start. I don't know, maybe our opponent has a rough start too. We'll see exactly what we can draw. Play it a few turns. If our opponent ends up beating us and we get nothing. See, we drew some cards. I mean, it's still pretty rough. They are weak to fire type. That is something to note. They got the order pad version of Zacian ADP going on, so that's kind of cool. They're already lucky. I think they got a heads there too. Yes, 1 heads. If I was that lucky, I'd play cards like order pad. I'm not that lucky at all. And that's why I get absolutely boned while I'm playing flippy cards. So we'll see exactly what our opponent wants to grab here. It looks like they're just trying to get set up as soon as possible. Okay, ADP. There's a water energy, a Zacian, and they're just going to go for Intrepid Sword like they probably should. No energies there is cool for us. So we did get a Welder. I mean, not terrible. We're just looking for a Cinderace here. Do I want to go with Stellar Wish first? I mean, yeah, let's go for it. Well, at least at this rate, we're just going to go. You want to know what? Maybe we can be able to attack with Volcanion this turn. That might be kind of hot. So let's discard one of our... Let's discard a Hyper Potion. We might actually need the Tool Scrapper in this matchup. We do have Heatran in there. Just because they might play some kind of thing that blocks their weakness on the Zacian. So let's go ahead and Welder to the Jirachi. Okay, you want to know what? This game's absolutely over. This sometimes happens with Welder decks. This is just a gigantic yikes. We could go Eldegoss to try to stay in the game, but that's literally nothing. So we'll give our opponent the classic well played, and let's jump on to another one. Okay, let's go call the coin flip. Let's go for Tails. Feel lucky with Tails. We lost the flip. That's cool. Our opponent's probably going to choose to go first. I mean, we are playing a Welder deck, so that's going to be cool for us too. What's going to go on here? Looks like they're really choosing. Okay, so they did decide to go first. No basics there. That's completely fine. We're okay with having a mulligan here as well. This is a significantly better start. I mean, we're still struggling because we don't have a Cinderace V. We don't have a Welder. We don't have a supporter card in hand. This is kind of disgusting here. But you want to know what? This is what we get when we don't play the Picarons, when we don't play the Dragapults. Sometimes you're going to get a hand that is a little disgusting, but on the inside, we might have that busted counter Max Pyro Ball dream. So we'll see exactly what our opponent's going to do here. I mean, They're playing a full-on colorless deck. I'm not sure what's going on there. They are playing slightly slow. So maybe they're just making a bunch of decisions, or the game's lagging on their side. I mean, at the time of this recording, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe they fell asleep on their keyboard, because I know I'm about to do the same. All in good jokes, though. Let's see exactly what our opponent does here. Okay, so they're playing an Inkay. So they're probably playing some kind of Malamar deck. It's very possible that they're playing a Dragapult deck. Their colorless deck box is slightly misleading. Not to say that they're going to gain an advantage from that. I totally wasn't expecting Malamar when I jumped into this thing. Yeah, so it's going to be Dragapult Malamar. This could be actually a really good matchup for us, because Dragapult only hits 130 for the active, and if we're using Hyper Potion, we could heal quite easily. We do have to watch out for the Horror Psychic energies that this deck typically plays, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so you want to, let's go ahead and welder a bunch of these cards. And we're just going to get some fire energies out of there. Thin through the deck. Probably should have searched the deck, but not a big deal. Do I want to go with welder here? We could start going with welder and stealing this game, or we could just go quick ball. You want to, let's go ahead and go quick ball, so that we're all set up next turn. We don't need too many energies. We don't necessarily need welder for a deck like this. So we're going to go Cinderace V, attach an energy to it, and we're going to go ahead and pass here. Yes. There's no stadium in play, so we don't have free retreat there, but that is an option for us as well. So, again, we're dealing with a little bit of a bruised start here, because we did not get a welder. Our hand's a little dry. Our opponent's likely going to knock out Jirachi. I mean, we got to deal with Crushing Hammer. Crushing Hammer. Double tails! Let's get it! If this was a hand that they were playing a supporter on, I would assume that they're playing a supporter card on this. Okay, you want to know what? They did have a supporter card. They just decided to go for Dedenne for whatever reason. I don't know why they went so hard. Like, I mean, I guess they're discarding their hand, but that's a lot of cards to fit into this deck. I wonder what they cut out of their deck to add in Malamar and Crushing Hammers. A lot of the times this deck plays super scoop up just to get, like, once this gets damaged, they could bring it back and just kind of juggle their Dragapults. But we'll see exactly how it goes. We do have a stadium in play, so we do have Field Runner, free retreat cost on the Cinderace V. Will they find a way out of the active? Yes, they will. So our opponent is going to hit us. So this is not damaged by an attack. Damage is different. Damage is the one that's printed on the card. Damage counters are an effect of an attack. So it's something you gotta pay attention to. The Max Phantom there is kind of gonna suck for us. But maybe we'll get a welder. That'd be kind of cool. It looks like we're probably gonna go for... Do we want to go for a Jirachi or do we want to go for Dedenne? I think we want to go for Dedenne at this point. Our opponent can just take the prize. How many do we have in our discard pile? We have 3, so let's just attach one anyways. And see exactly what the hot sauce is. We did not find a welder at all, which is kind of lame. We can go for counter here. I don't want to put the Jirachi down because that's just another free prize card. So let's go ahead and do counter. That's going to be 30 damage. Sometimes these decks just don't set up. And that's an unfortunate problem. Oh, and they got in DDV? Jeez, this is going to be tough for us to deal with. They're probably just going to swing for another hundo and 30. Which brings us to 190, which brings us to perfect Oko range. So if we don't find a way to heal next turn, we're absolutely in a terrible position. But their board state's a little weak. I mean, they do have Malamar there. It's not that bad. But they didn't play a supporter. So we can go counter for 160. Or we could attack with Max Pyro Ball. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this, 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 this. Let's go ahead and go for Dedenne-GX because we don't have a supporter card in our discard pile. We haven't played a supporter card this game. We're just feeding our opponent the Dedennes. Okay, so this is okay. We can burn our opponent's active Pokemon. We're just gonna go, yes. We need to do this more than anything else. So let's just go max Pyro Ball. It's gonna be doing more damage. We can't copy the moving 5 damage things around. So they're gonna be at 200, which means no matter what happens, we can knock them out next turn. We almost nullified their turn. They did 60 damage to us last turn. So their original 180 was reduced. I didn't want to get rid of that Mallow Lana, but we didn't really have a choice there. Hopefully we could weld her into a Hyper Potion. Oh, they have Mallow and Lana too? Are you serious? What do they have in their... Are they just going to feed us? Okay, so we know they're absolutely down to nothing. They have a Zigzagoon in their hands. If we can get past this, we might actually be able to win this game. I mean, at this rate, it's way better for us to do here. We do not... The Tool Scrapper is going to do nothing for us. We could retreat and not take the knockouts. They are knocking out and they are winning the game next turn at this rate. Because they can go Zigzagoon there, 130 to the active. That's 5 prize cards. Are you serious? Okay. This is wild. Let's go for Heatran-GX. Let's just hit our opponent's active for 130. Which puts them at 190. Hopefully our opponent doesn't get anything off the top card of their deck or from their prize cards. So that we know that they top deck the Horror Psychic Energy. And they're probably going to knock at the Dedenne to draw into something. Yep. So they're going to go 130, and then they're going to go knockout on the Dedenne. That's fine. We just have to find ways, creative ways to stay alive in this game. I mean, we could go Mallow Lana, but that's not really going to help us. Let's just go Giant Hearth in place. We can get rid of their Chaotic Swell. That might be a mistake. I'm just... Hopefully we can get another Giant Hearth in play. Maybe a Heat Factory. We are going to draw 3 prize cards by being able to use Hopper and GX. I don't know if our opponent saw that coming. I don't know what the 2 cards they have in their hand are either. There's a Hyper Potion. But it's looking a little bleak here. Maybe they just top decked the VMAX. Oh, Marnie. I'll gladly take a Marnie here. They could get a dead hand off the Marnie too. There's a Welder Fire Crystal. If we could heal a little bit, we might be able to jump back into this game, peeps. There's another energy. I mean, they can take the knockout however they want. But we're in a deep struggle here. This Cinderace VMAX has no energies. Okay. I mean, that play kind of worked. There's 1 energy, there's a Fire Crystal. We can stay alive with our Hyper Potion. It's just not leading us to much. We're holding on for dear life here. I think we're probably, like, I don't think we could actually keep that up, which is the scariest part about this match. So maybe this deck's a little bit too inconsistent with the Mallow Lanas running off a Welder engine with the Hyper Potions. I think this is a deck where if it works, it works. Maybe Dragapult's a tough matchup, but you normally wouldn't think it was. I mean, we're recovering from a really tough start here. I just don't know what our opponent's going to do. Are they going Switch? Maybe they're going to go full on like 140 to our active with Jet Assault, 60 plus 80. If they gave us a turn, we might actually be fine. I just need turns to attach energies. If I can knock out a Jirachi and then maybe knock out a Dedenne-GX, I think that's our game plan. So we'll see exactly how that goes if our opponent lets us. They've played how many switches? 2 switch, 3 scoop up nets. It's very possible that they don't have it in their hands. But it's probably just going to be a Dragapult VMAX here being evolved. They're going to switch back, hit us for 130, and then we're probably going to get checkmated out of this game because we're going to run out of energies. We have 1 Fire Crystal. Fire Crystal is the best card that we could top deck for next turn. There's a Quick Ball. Maybe they're just trying to thin their deck out for Marnie? Psychic Recharge. I'm totally fine if they were to bring up Indeedee VMAX. What? Okay. If we can find a way. We need to Welder here first. This might be it. That would be 1, 2, 3, 170, 170 plus 80. That's not enough to get the knockout. And then we could heal next turn and go counter. I'm just going to get rid of some clutter in our deck. We just need to get Boss's Order out of our deck. How are we ever going to make that happen? Okay, so we can go max Pyro Ball. We just need to bring up that Dedenne-GX. The Eldegoss, that's kind of cute too. We could just heal. Now, our opponent might have a Boss's Orders. It seems like it's very possible to bring up the Dedenne-GX, but if we could just rip that Boss's Orders out of our deck. Actually, depends on what we top deck out of our deck. If we could get a Switch, we're in an okay spot, or an Escape Board, okay. That's basically what I thought they were going to do. That's Quick Ball. What does Quick Ball do for us? I mean, let's get rid of a Jirachi here. We can grab an Eldegoss. If we can get Heat Factory, it might be possible. But if we go Eldegoss, full heal that, swing for some damage, 170. We can go Mallow Lana. We can't really retreat the Jirachi. So 170. I mean, they have a Zigzagoon in their hands. They have 3 scoop up nets. What are the odds that they actually just get it? They could do 170 there anyways. So we need to watch out from that. If they had it, they had it. So let's go ahead and attach an energy there. Let's just double check, see what we have in our deck. I'm just going to discard a Hyper Potion because that's not going to matter. Yeah, we have to literally go for this play. See what we can get here. If our opponent doesn't realize we have a chance, we gotta go Mallow Lana. Getting rid of both of these. 170. Yeah, I mean, we can go max Pyro Ball, making them burnt. We are going to put ourselves to 170. Now, we are in a range where they could just knock us out within DDV. They don't have an energy in their discard pile. If they have a boss's orders, they could win the game. If they have a scoop up net, they could win the game. I mean, they need to have Zigzagoon scoop up net, but I know they have a Zigzagoon in their hands. What's our opponent going to do, though? There's a Malamar. Are they just going to thin out of their deck? Maybe they just don't have it. And they're going to try to bring this game to sudden death. This is actually a crazy game. It's just turned out so bad for us. Our opponent's going for Guru. Are they going to find it? There's a scoop up net. We also okay, whoa. If we got boss order top deck, we win. Or we could bring the game to sudden death. Okay, we can't. If we retreat, we literally have to just bring this game to sudden death. Because I think... Yeah, I think it's going to sudden death. We both have the same win con. I won the coin flip. Would I like to go first? Yes, I need to be careful for this. And the reason why I need to be careful is because they can get set up quicker than I can. They might not understand how sudden death works as much as I do. We do have a quick ball. We do have a Cinderace VMAX. We might be able to punch into this game. We don't play reset stamp or anything like that. We will draw an extra card. We do have Welder there too. They might just not find their way to the active position. Okay, so let's go Fiery Flint and discard a Mallow Lana, and let's discard a Welder because we probably don't need that many cards to win the game. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Let's go Quick Ball. We do have Heatran, which is awesome. Let's go for Cinderace VMAX or Cinderace V. We're gonna attach an energy to Cinderace V. There's no point of having Dedenne in the active spots. Can we retreat there anyway? There's no point of doing anything unless they have like scoop up. Like, yeah, we're just gonna chill there. There's literally no point of us doing anything. Their deck is not as immediate as ours is, so we might actually steal this game. Hopefully they just go Stellar Wish pass and we have win in hands. But I don't think that's going to happen. They do have a quick ball, which means they have outs. If our opponent understands how sudden death 100% works, they're going to play their hardest. They're going to try to disrupt our hand while getting set up, because that's how you win sudden death games. We changed our strategy from going second because we're a Welder deck to going first. I mean, we could have gone, like, I don't know. They got Big Charm on there. Are they just going to pass? We can win with Crimson Legs, too. Oh, Switch. Jeez. Okay, so we can also win with boss's orders. Something interesting. We don't want to play anything down on our bench that our opponent can knock out. There's a crushing hammer. Crushing our soul here. I don't know how they ended up fitting this all into the deck. Now there are boss's orders and a Dragapult VMAX away from making this happen. Okay, let's go. I mean, we could still attack them for 3 possibly. Okay, so let's go Welder here anyways. There's another energy. There's that. Is there any point of doing anything else? No, we just want to go Switch. And if our opponent ends up getting like boss orders out of their 3-card hand, that's cool. We'll just deal with it. So let's go max Pyro Ball. Our opponent's taking 190 damage after burns. Their big charm literally didn't matter at all. And we're just out here praying. Again, if our opponent has energy, boss orders, VMAX out of their 4-card hands, so they can have the other 2 cards and just win. They've already played their Dedenne. This deck usually only plays 1, especially in the Malamar builds. I think they're probably just gonna hit me. Maybe they'll heal. Maybe they can't even go Mallow Lana. Like they could just to switch, but that would lose them the game. There's Quick Ball. There's everything. What do they have? They have another Dedenne-GX. Oh, this deck. How do they fit everything in it? I don't even want to know if we lose. I'm just looking through our opponent's discard pile. They've already played a Switch too. I just want to steal this game because our last game, the fact that we brought it to sudden death is absolutely insane. Please just go Shred. Because I'm fighting for a boss's orders next turn. That's my goal. Oh. Are they going to... They can't win this turn at least. They've already attached for their turn. I don't think they have a way to attach an energy. Scoop up nets. What? They just gave it to us. We just took it. I don't think they understood. I don't think they understood after all of that. Okay. What a crazy series of games that we played. We started off with a garbage start and then another garbage start. We clawed it all the way back with against the Dragapult VMAX deck to a sudden death, and we were able to pull it out to win. I mean, I'm going to brag about it to all my friends for the next day or so. I mean, just one day. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. Sudden deaths are really weird in PTCGO, and I'm just hyped to experience one of it. Showcase how this deck is a Healy kind of deck that can pack quite a punch. Is this deck tier 1? Probably not, but it does have a fighting chance in this current meta, so give it a try out. Until next time, be sure to watch some other videos on this channel. We got lots of great deck profiles in the Darkness Ablaze format, PTCGO vids, and we're doing a current playthrough of Pokemon Platinum for the Nintendo DS. So be sure to check out all of that, and remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace out. Really hope that you enjoyed watching that video. I totally enjoyed making it. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like the video, share the video with everyone that you know, and subscribe to the channel as well. Totally appreciate all the support. We got a lot of cool things happening on the channel, so stay tuned for more. Be sure to check out the social links in the description. Thanks and have yourself a great one.